Well, that was completely unexpected. It's not what I've come out to shoot in any way, shape or form. I've come back out to, well, I'm actually at Surprise View at the moment. As I drove along, I thought, shall I go down to Padley? No, had a quick nosy, not really any mist down there that I could see. So I came along the top road, and as I came around the corner, this guy parked on the left. Obviously he'd seen the inversion and gone, wow, and just stopped. Not the best place, just coming off a very sharp right-hand corner. The inversion is starting to break up a little bit now. But I've had a whale of a time just picking out small details. I've done some wider scenes, but I've been using the 70 to 200 to zoom in and capture little pieces of the scene where the trees have just got mist floating along the bottom because it's been moving quite well. Just for shits and giggles, I thought I'll put the 10 stop on, but it hasn't really worked as I intended, so don't try, don't know. I've kept it on the tripod the whole time because although they were fairly short exposures, I was shooting at 200mm and my shutter speed was around about a quarter of a second, and that's never going to work even with vibration reduction turned on. So on the tripod. I didn't put any filters on when I was zoomed in, shooting close. Oh, what a wonderful morning. And you can see in the distance, the mist is just starting to drop and allow the trees to show through. It's been fabulous. And the colour's still here. So my intention was to head straight down into the bottom and have another go at these trees. Because I had such a good time last weekend, or last Wednesday, whenever it was I was off. I thought I'd come and have another go. And I got distracted. But hey ho. So yes, change of plans. Now I'm going to go and do what I came out here to do. Well, I know I said I wanted to come off-piste. I've come that far off-piste, I've not got a flipping clue where I am. I know there is a fence here, but I've also figured out that that isn't private property because I've seen loads of people coming down through the gate over there. What I've got to try and do is find a way across. Anyway, I digress. What caught my eye here initially was the beautiful fir tree, which is just catching the light, and the gate to the left-hand side. I think the sun needs to come through that gap behind me a little bit more before it illuminates the gate, but I love that fir tree. I think that might be a 70 to 200 shot from where you are. But then I saw this beautiful, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say silver birch. It's just a lovely shape and it's beautifully dark bark. Although the mist is coming and going, it's still lying in the valley, and it lifts up and then it drops away, and then it lifts up and then it drops away. But we've got moisture in the air, dampness, and it's adding so much atmosphere. It's wonderful. The leaves, the golds and the silvers and the oranges, they're all glistening. It's absolutely fabulous, and that's what's happening with this tree. You might just be able to see the light is just catching on the top of it. Unfortunately, I'm doing a portrait orientation and I can't get that in. But this was where I wanted to be. I'd walked along the top when I came here last time. I wanted to walk along the bottom. I have got my wellies on, but I'm up to my thighs in water now because it is so damp out here. But it just adds atmosphere by the oodles. So I'm just going to take one more of these, and I don't know if this works, but I think it does. I love it. And you know something, that's all that matters. If you love the image, who cares? There's one tiny drawback with this. On the left, there is a fallen tree, and the top branch is just encroaching bottom left-hand corner. I can't get in a position where I can get rid of it. So there's going to be, and I'm talking about maybe 4 millimeters of cloning to do. And we've got the mist coming up again. Oh, what a morning to be alive in it with a camera. So yes, I'm still at f2.8, even though I've swapped onto the 17 to 55. I'm at 1/500th of a second, f2.8, ISO 100. What I'd like to do is just be patient enough for that sun to come through here and just illuminate the rest of it. But I'm not patient, and I'm going to go and stick 70 to 200 on, try and get a close-up of the fir tree with the light and the mist and the gatepost, or the gate rather. But yeah, I quite like exploring, even if it does get a bit like an adventure in the jungle, because my God, it is knee-deep in vegetation here. I'm not getting very far. The mist is now lifting. It's really annoying because I've come down from right up the top and now the mist's up there. But hey, you can't have it all. This little scene I absolutely love. I'm just putting on a little recording, and I'll pop it up in the corner of the screen here, there, or somewhere, because I know you can't see it. But what caught my eye is the silver birch that's broken. I can see his trunk, and he's collapsed to the right-hand side. That'll do for that. Excuse me a second. So I've done a couple of images with that, and it's just a case of trying to get composed to leave out the tut and bring in the stuff that you like. These I don't think are going to be quite as light and airy as my last set of images. But what I've aimed for is him on the right, leading in, lean on me. The colours in the background are just phenomenal. I've got a trunk on the left-hand side, which I'm not 100% sure of because I can't see the bottom of the tree, and I struggle with that. I like to see the base of the tree, unless I'm doing a 10x10 or a 10x12 crop where I'm focusing in on the details. But the base of the tree, there's ferns, and that really isn't doing anything for me. So I think it's one of those where we're just going to have to live with it. And I'm back on 70 to 200, I'm at f2.8 still, and I'm just varying my shutter speed because part of me wants that light bright effect, but the other part of me quite likes it deep and moody, where the yellows are absolutely popping. Oh God, I'm in love with this place. As I say, I've no flipping idea where I am. There's sorts of remnants of buildings and what looked like a bit of a staircase over there, but how you get to it, God only knows. I'm not about to go tramping through this lot because they look like they're up to my head. So, without further ado, I'm going to figure out a way to get back up there a little bit and carry on. What a morning! I think something has saved all this up for me because I've never had an autumn like this before. Or maybe I'm just more in tune with it and I'm looking for stuff. I don't know. But I'm certain of one thing. One, these colours are fantastic. Oh, and I'm certain of two things. the moisture in the air adds another dimension to it. Right, let's go. Oh! I was going to try and leg it back up there, but coming through that undergrowth took me about 20 minutes, by which time the mist had decided to disappear. And I don't quite know why I thought it was going to be cold this morning and put my thermals on, because it's flipping roasting. I set up, excuse me, I plunked the 70 to 200 on. What I had in mind was a probably 8x12 with just the trunks of these beautiful silver birch. But I plunked the lens on the camera and went, oh, actually I quite like that. I'm out at 70mm. I've got 2 silver birch almost framing the scene. There is a gap to either side which is equidistant, which I'm pleased about. And we have a tunnel effect down the middle, and at the very end of the scene are a group of silver birch. There's one curved in and one curving out, and the light is sublime. For some reason this has decided it doesn't want to do a 2-second delay. That's probably because I switched it off. Let's have a look. And I thought, wow, I really like that. So the plan I had went straight out the window. There's a little bit of sky in there, not a lot. In fact, most of it isn't sky, it's the hills in the background that have still got a little bit of mist floating along. The leaves, the colour is just incredible. I'm like, oh my God, this is so wonderful. Yeah, I think as I wandered through the undergrowth, I managed to bugger up all my settings. That's better. I thought it was looking at the cold side. Yeah, the warmth and the glow. There's a little bit of a blow on the highlight on that far tree, but nothing that I'm overly concerned about. And again, I'm shooting still at f2.8. Oh, I think I've got moisture on the camera. Let's have a look at that. I'm not worried that the trees in the back are out of focus. It's a nice soft scene. Although having said that, let's do that for a second. I'm going to try a, what do you call it? Yeah, one of those. Focus stack. That's the word I was looking for. I've got it set up exactly as I want it. The bottoms of the trees are surrounded by bracken. So that's focused on the 2 trees nearest to me. Now I'm going to focus about halfway into the scene, which is actually almost already in focus. Because I'm shooting at f2.8, the subjects are quite a way away from me. So my field of view, plane of view, let's just, I can't tell if that's in focus. That's better. And then I'm going to go for one on the trees at the rear. That way, I've got the best of both worlds. I can mix and match. Yeah, I like that. Not as light and airy as the images I did when I was here the other day, but they please me. Oh, a leaf's hitching a ride there. And I think that'll do. Yeah, so I'm just going to put my hand in front of the lens so I know that that group of images is going to be a image stack. Oh, they're threatening the same weather tomorrow, so I might be out again. Who needs sleep? I've had a mare of a work week, and I really wanted to go to bed and stayed in bed, but then I thought, no, plenty of time to sleep when you're dead, isn't there? So that's it. I'm not going to waffle at you anymore today. I will put up any more images I get as I'm just meandering back. This was the path that I came down last weekend and I went that way. So I'm going to wander back this way because you can get different perspectives wandering in different directions. That's why as I'm wandering along, you'll very often see me turn around and have a look, see what's going on behind me. Something might just jump out and go, oh, that works. So by walking this way, I stand a chance of finding something different. And I still want that 8x14 or 8x12, but it's not going to work here. The trees aren't uniform enough, I don't think. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this little ramble through the woods. I'm glad I put my wellies on. I wish I put waterproof trousers on now. I'm going to go and wander around Aldi looking like a tramp. Hey ho. So have a good week. And I will see you in 2 weeks. Toodaloo. Yeah.